Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. I am Speedy4, and welcome to ModTro64 Bits, a new show that's like the main show, but takes a look at smaller games, but delivers the same quality content. Today we're taking a look at a game that hopes to rekindle the love of N64 era platformers on Steam and Nintendo Switch. Today, we're taking a look at a game for the first time ever in the history of this channel I got a review code for. But I'm also allowed to say my honest opinions about the game. Also, I want to thank SiivaGunner for giving me the opportunity of reviewing this game. But enough with the introductions. Let's actually get into the review. So, what is this game about?
Well, for starters, if you're not familiar, SiivaGunner is responsible for two games on Switch called Tori 3D and Tori 2. I personally have never played them, but I have seen other YouTubers play Tori 3D, and just from the gameplay alone, I can see it's a very good game with a fun level of challenge and has great movement options. So, being me, I wanted to see if there was any sort of history with Super Kiwi 64, and sure enough, there is. At least a tiny bit of history from what I was able to gather. First, Super Kiwi 64 is actually a sequel to a tiny game called Kiwi 64, a short demo of a rare-style Collect-a-thon platformer released on Game Jolt in 2014. Think Banjo-Kazooie or Donkey Kong 64. Anywho, the game itself was well liked, and I personally enjoyed playing this tiny game. It certainly invoked that classic Banjo-Kazooie charm with the use of N64 sound fonts used for the one track. It's also a super short game, and it doesn't exactly have the best control scheme, but it does at least work, and I got it done in like 18 minutes. However, Kiwi 64 was released way back in 2014, and yes, while they did go on to make other cool platformer games like Tori 3D and its sequel, it wasn't until December 2nd of 2022 that Kiwi 64 finally got a sequel. When we first start up the game, we get a super cool yet really simple title screen, much like the first game, but if we just wait a little bit longer, we get some still shots, which ultimately leaves it up to the player's own interpretation. Okay, let's see. Kiwi is hanging out with a really round bee, and Kiwi makes a raft. Okay, but then he gets sucked up into a tornado. Oh, and it's later found by a really gruff-looking dog. I do like that these models are rendered like something you'd see in a copy of Nintendo Power. My only nitpick is that it's not a pre-rendered intro sequence, but like I said, that's my only nitpick. Because once we push the jump button, we're directly in the game. And oh, look at this hub world. It's got a Gruntilda's Lair feel, and even the music for the different levels plays. Only it's the actual level theme and not the theme of the hub world changing the instruments. Anyway, we can also walk up to this canine fellow and we can talk to him.
Come to think of it, a flying island sounds like a weird concept.
Ah, okay, so that tornado that sucked up Kiwi put them on a flying island. And this dog found us. He also tells us that with enough power stones, he'll fly us off this island. So let's head into the first level. Level 1. And already the controls are a vast improvement from Kiwi 64, using the A button for jump and holding it so Kiwi can glide. The right trigger is used to activate a little propeller that makes Kiwi run faster, or if you hold it while gliding, can make Kiwi glide faster. Or, if you stand still and just press the left trigger, you can make Kiwi dance. Even though there's barely any enemies, I'll get back to that later, you can push the X button to attack, and Kiwi will lunge themselves forward. Or, if you hit a wall, you'll get stuck into a wall. There's no set time limit, and you can pretty much embed yourself into a wall and stay as long as you want. Or, if you're like me, you'll jump and lunge again, effectively creating a wall climb. It's just super fun to scale a wall as high as you can go, and then just gliding around. However, that's enough about the controls. The point is, it's very fun to control and provides some great movement options. But let's talk about the gameplay. In each level, you'll be doing two things: collecting all the cogs in a level and collecting all the power stones in a level. How you find a power stone varies. They could just be hanging out in a level and you just gotta go grab them. Or you can complete certain objectives to unlock a power stone. There are 6 power stones in each level, and the number of cogs to collect varies. But why would you want to collect all the cogs? Because collecting all the cogs in a level unlocks a power stone. It's basically the equivalent of finding 100 coins in a level and unlocking a secret power star in Super Mario 64. Only here, you have to find all the cogs in a level in order to get the final power stone. So you got to do everything. But it's not that hard. There's 4 worlds and 8 levels. They don't seem to have names, so I'm just gonna make up ones. You have Forgotten Jungle, Industrial Desert, Cryptic Tomb, and Pirate's Hideout. Each level is done in a Super Mario 64 kind of way. You can explore the levels any way you want. Want to just run around and have a look at the place? You can do that. Want to speedrun the entire level? You can do that. Want to just climb to the tippy top and jump off and glide around the level? You can do that. The game itself truly does feel nostalgic. It perfectly captures that N64 Collect-a-thon charm, while at the same time provides an oddly relaxing experience. It's difficult for me to describe, but I almost get a sort of zen experience when I play this. But let's be clear here, it's a very good game. However, it wouldn't be a review if I didn't mention any sort of negative critique. The lack of enemies does kind of take away from the game. I mean, there's one enemy, but it's very slow, and you have to practically stand still in order to get hurt. There's also stage hazards, but due to how good it feels to control Kiwi, you barely ever get hurt. So it's a very easy game, but just because it's easy doesn't necessarily make it bad. I actually enjoyed my time playing it. Also, any damage you take will automatically get replenished the moment you head back to the hub world. Also, quick note, I love the fact your health is measured in kiwi slices. A kiwi for a kiwi. That's just brilliant. However, if you're looking for a full-fledged Nintendo 64 game with hours of content and story, you're not gonna find it here. But if you're looking for a game that's 1, fun to play, 2, super fun to control, 3, has a chill soundtrack, and 4, is short to complete, then Super Kiwi 64 is the game for you. I was able to get everything in the game. You only need 40 Power Stones to unlock the ending of the game, but if you keep going and collect 48 Power Stones, you'll unlock this pipe, which will take you to a secret level, which you'll find a giant shrine with strange runes. One thing I've yet to talk about until now are these golden runes you find scattered and hidden within a level. There's 8 in total, but they come in a variety of patterns. Being the avid gamer that I am, I jot these runes down anytime I find them. Also, if you're looking for them but can't find them on level 6, the runes are split up on each sarcophagus, so make sure you jot them down before opening them up. Anyway, once you get to this area, you'll immediately know what to do. Pressing these switches in a certain order, and once you get one sequence in, you'll find that they're cheat codes. Man, I miss when games had cheat codes, so this was a fun little surprise in my playthrough. I'm going to share one code because it's kind of important for completion's sake, and if you're looking for all the Power Stones, you'll probably want to see this. If you go to this area and type in the following sequence shown on screen, which are the sarcophagus ones, a pipe will appear, and upon entering, boom! A miniaturized version of the level from Kiwi 64. I love it when games do that, referencing the first game in some way. It's also a one-to-one recreation, but something special awaits us at the very top of this column. The final Power Stone. Oh, by the way, editor's note, I actually had to re-input the code and collect it again because, I forgot to record me getting it, so, my bad. But upon getting the final Power Stone, we can now end the game. Kiwi and, oh, shoot. I don't think the dog has a name. Does he have a name? Let me look it up. Lansbury! His name is Lansbury. We take off and we're off the island. The credits play, and we get to control the plane for a bit. And after the credits, we're back on the island. Huh. Well, that's kind of anticlimactic. Also, there isn't really a boss. I mean, there seems to be a hint of one in the ending, but nope. No big bag to take down. But that's just it. There's nothing really to do at this point. You can replay the levels again if you want, but nothing really happens, and all you can do is just exit the game.
But overall, despite how short it is, it's a good game. It has an overall chill vibe, and it has that perfect Nintendo 64 feel to it. And you can find this game on both Steam and Nintendo Switch, and both of them are $2.99. That is super affordable. Normally, I don't do ratings for this show, but considering that this is a new show and we're focusing on shorter content, I feel ratings are more appropriate for this kind of show.
Here are the pros and cons of Super Kiwi 64. It's faithful to the aesthetic of the Nintendo 64 with good controls and good music. It's a great price, and it's a game that's super easy to complete and provides an overall chill experience. While there are very little cons, they do have some impact on the game, being a short experience with very little challenge due to no enemies, and once you complete it, there's no good reason to go back to it, unless you start all over again. With everything we just talked about, we're gonna let the Game-O-Matic generate a score. Super Kiwi 64 gets an 8 out of 10.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, then why not consider giving it a like? Also, if you want to see more videos like this in the future, then please consider hitting that subscribe button down there. Also, don't forget to hit that little notification bell. It'll notify you the moment I post a brand new video. Also, if you want to support the channel, then please consider supporting me via Patreon, or buying something from one of my online stores. 'Tis the season and all. But anyway, that's it for this video, and overall, I hope you have an amazing day, and until next time, I'll see you later.